Hello, so this is the Gramil. It has a blade, and with the screws you can move the width of the cut. The other screw is just for tightening the blade and making it not to move. So we're going to disassemble it. Let's get off this screw, the stick, and the blade. So the first thing I would make would be this stick. It's just a square stick with a slit for the blade, which you can make by drilling or by chiseling or something, and a hole here, which is for the screw to tighten the blade. So you put the blade that is sharpened on one side like a point, and the other side is flat. This is just a piece of steel, and you put the blade in the slit and tighten it with the screw. So it cannot move. Okay. Make the square, hold it, and make also a hole here. Then there is the body, which has a square hole, which you can make by drilling and then cleaning it up with a chisel to make it square to the dimensions of the stick. One side is flat and the other side is rounded. Firstly, make the body completely square, and when it's has the square hole for the stick and a round hole for the screw, then you can round it. The body is better to be made in a wood that is hard but not too much, because if it's too hard you're going to damage the body. Maybe if you're going to do this in your body, you're going to damage some mahogany sides or something. This is a scrap of Tasmanian blackwood, which is acacia. You can make it on maple or mahogany or any scrap that is medium hardness. This I made it in Indian rosewood because the screw is going to make pressure against it, and I want it to withstand it. So we can the use of this tool is pretty simple. No, it was right. I prefer to let the scoring marks on the same place. Okay, so just put here and tighten the screw. So I'm going to show you how you can use it. I have here a piece of scrap. So let's imagine that this is the top of the guitar and it is um, yeah. So you just set this to the width of the binding, okay? Something like that. And you're going to scribe this. Advancing, always with the grain, and it's going to left a score mark, which is not too deep, and you are going to score the whole body, always following the grain. And then with a chisel, you are going to remove the excess. So you have the mark, and you are going to remove this excess slowly. The skull mark, what is doing is helping you to always be perfectly flat to the line you're scribed. So this tool is actually not cutting, but only helping the chisel not to move inwards of the body and damage what you don't want to be the binding channel. You also can reverse it and use it like this, so you can scribe what you want and then remove it with the chisel. You'll notice this is really slow, but it's easy to make. The first two guitars I've done was just with this tool and a chisel, and then I bought a router, but I continue using this to remove the first 2 mm of the channel, because the router sometimes causes tear off on the splitting of the wood, and removing the first 2 mm by hand assures me that the router is not going to split wood. And think that's all. So you see the tool. So if you have any doubts, just write to me.